Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to this channel. If you are new here, welcome in, my loves. You are in a very safe space. I'm Erica. I am a psychic medium and a priestess. Those of you guys returning, welcome back, my loves. So you guys have seen the title, okay? Whew, this is a big reading. This is a huge, like, of all the readings I think I've ever done, in my 4 years here on YouTube, this is like the most powerful, most breakthrough energy I have ever felt. If you are new here, I channel, my channels are so open. So there's a lot of different messages collectively that come through. It could be from, you know, Jesus, it could be from Archangel Michael, it could be from Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene. But my focus and a part of my, so that's all a part of my soul work, but also me being a twin flame and a twin soul, right? A part of my work here is to guide the collective on these journeys, okay? So, I call, like, my, it's your vibe attracts your tribe. So you quite possibly are on the twin flame journey if you're here, or you're connected to a very powerful, soul, a soul connection. It's maybe not a twin flame, but that's okay. Like, people get hung up on the twin flame thing and it's silly. They think it's like some romantic, unique, it is your divine mirror. It is your perfect match in that way. But on the flip side, it's also your perfect mirror to all of your shadow, all of your unhealed wounds, all of your abandonment, trauma. Like that's what it does. And so that's why the triggering is so profound, and that's why twin souls go into this journey. Part of the journey phase is the separation phase, where you separate, you physically separate, and you go your separate ways and you go on your journeys. Divine feminine is the way shower and the light, so she rises much faster, much higher, much faster. She sees the connection immediately, or almost immediately, or right after immediately, you know what I mean? The universe starts guiding you immediately when you meet your twin soul, okay? So like many twin flames, they had never even heard of twin flames. Like, if you're out here watching tarot and you're just trying to seek it, like you're just trying to watch all these readings about twin flames and stuff, like you're doing it wrong, you know what I mean? Because the feminine rises and goes within. It's like all of the feminine goes within, and she has ego deaths as well with the material realm and 3D, attachments and codependencies and things. But it's not as profound. Like the masculine, their sole purpose through their awakening is that it's the death of ego. Many ego deaths, many layers, many lessons, right? But it's all connected. Most of it, of course, is the material realm, the 3D. Relationships, addictions, jobs, careers, being a workaholic, or like all I want to do is make money, I'm shut down, I've closed my heart off, whatever your situation is, right? But I'm just explaining. I just saw 333. So you guys have seen the title of this reading, okay? So, okay, like I don't want to share too much. So on Friday, like 2 days ago, because today's Sunday, Father's Day. So, oh my God, happy Father's Day to everybody out there, all the fathers. Happy Father's Day, mi amors. And to all the single moms that, like, maybe the father isn't in your children's lives, like, and you're just like doing the damn thing, or you're co-parenting. But like, when you are a single parent, either way, you have to play the role of the mom and the dad, So happy Father's Day to all. So Friday I went live here on YouTube, and, we were just really like just hanging out and talking on the live chat, and like, just talking about all kinds of stuff and really just checking in with each other, and it was awesome. But in that live, I specifically spoke of the Schuman resonance, all of the light that's coming in, and the frequencies and the shifts and the timeline jumps. And I literally said, I predict that that we're about to have a massive, and when I say massive, I mean like a big fat, like massive timeline jump, like a quantum leap into a new timeline, okay? So we just like, it was huge, okay? So I predict that on Friday, and then it literally happens one day later. Like, it happened last night, Saturday night, like through the night. So the next day basically is when it happened. And I said, I can feel it. I think it's going to happen in the next week or two possibly, but it's big and I feel it. So, you know, and then I'll update everybody. So that happened. Why is this important? People who skipped over this part because I'm channeling and talking, like, they're missing out, okay? They're going to be lost in the reading a little bit, you know, because this is all very important. I'm connecting dots here. Okay, so we quantum leapt. Those of you guys who have been doing the work, truly doing the work, like, okay, like seeing angel numbers and stuff like that, that doesn't mean you're like super high vibrational. That just means you've awoken. That like on some level you're starting to awaken, and that's the first thing everyone sees is angel numbers, right? So my point is like, I'm talking to the ones who have really, they have been isolated, alone. They've been in hermit energy. They've learned massive lessons. They've gone through spiritual and soul initiations, like dark nights of the soul. But, you know, just also just periods that maybe aren't dark nights of the soul, that are just you purging, clearing shadow. Because dark night of the soul is something very different than just like, oh, I feel like all my shadow coming up and I'm purging it and it sucks, you know. You know, I say that like, you know, but like really when we're doing that, it's really beautiful, you know. So it really, I just joke here. I'm a joker. So on this massive timeline that we just jumped onto, okay, I see with my gifts, I see something astronomical taking place in the very near future with many, many twin souls who have been doing the work, not the ones who are just, you know, they just met in like, you know, 2022, or, you know, and they've only been in separation for a year. Like, you know, I'm not saying it's not possible. I mean, I'm not the end all be all, know it all, best psychic medium in the entire universe. But I'm pretty darn good at what I do and what I pick up on and what I see and what I feel. Like very specific things and stuff like that, right? So I'm getting like I said, this is like the hugest reading, like energetically, like I think I've ever done. And there's one more. Okay, so before I get into that, I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna get like an overall with the Light Seers Tarot. I want to pull a few tarot cards, get like a feel for what's happening here. Because, okay, no, wait, sorry. Before I start channeling, angel numbers. Okay, we see them all the time. They can mean all kinds of different things. Sometimes it's maybe from the ancestors. Maybe it's from a divine counterpart. Maybe it's from your, you know, angels or a loved one on the other side, right? That's when we tap in and we go, okay, like this is, you know, my grandma on the other side leaving me this feather, or, oh my God, I just saw this and I felt my, you know, twin flame come through in the energy, you know? Because more than anything, honestly, like everyone always stresses and like is freaked out, and everyone stresses over the physical, what's going on in the 3D. And these kinds of connections, these are so evolved, these are so high level, like as far as like your spiritual missions. Anyways, okay, so when you see 222 right now, and I mean if you're seeing it like a lot right now, like over like yesterday, today, especially. So if you started seeing it all of a sudden, like a ramp up of 222, that's the magic number. Okay, I know you guys, I know there's so many numbers connected to these kinds of things, 717, and you know, like you can see anything, 444, and but the 222, you know, and they say 222, and I feel this, I resonate with that, so that's why I share it. But they say 222 is your twin soul coming through saying, I love you. I love you. Okay, so again, I don't want to share too much, but last night, and this was different than anything I've ever felt. Because I'm a twin soul, I have many times I have interactions with my masculine twin. You know, he is my twin, you know. So we are connected always, all the time, for eternity, you know. But he came through, and he comes through in the astral a lot, in my dreams a lot. And it's not me, it's you guys, like you know, with these kinds of connections, it's, I've elevated so much. Like I fully surrendered attachments to a physical outcome with him. And, you know, I have to be careful because I want to be respectful of everyone's lives and privacy and things like that. But it's also my mission here to share absolute divine truth. Last night, he came into the astral and we were like in a restaurant type setting, and I was sitting at a booth with a friend of mine and we were talking, and he was like in the center of the restaurant at another table with someone else talking to like a friend of his, another guy. And this is the only part I'm going to share, but this isn't the only thing that took place last night with him and myself in the astral realm. So we're sitting at these tables, and it's like, you know, it's like spirit, my higher self, like when I was there and I was like tuning in with it all. Like I couldn't believe in the moment that he was like literally sitting like, you know, like 30 feet away from me, 40, you know, not even, like 25 feet away from me. And I didn't get up or go over, you know, because I was strong in my feminine power. And, but the way that everything happened, okay, because you know how like the astral realm is and how like the dream realm could be, right? It's kind of fuzzy, or it's kind of weird, or it's kind of this. He's sitting at the table with a friend, and so basically, it's like basically my twin masculine came through last night, and he brought a message in that union for many is here. Oh, sorry, I need to take those. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. These are the three that came out. Okay, hold on. Now, this keeps showing up today, the Ace of Wands. It doesn't matter what deck I pull from, the Ace of Wands keeps showing up. There is some kind of very powerful, very electrically charged, very fiery, very determined energy here. We know this is a new beginning. Okay, so let's keep that to the side. There is the divine feminine showing up. She's grounded, she's stable, she's independent, she's got her own money, she's connected with, you know, nature, she's in tune with the elements. You guys know the deal. She's a healer, she's a shaman, she's a witch, she's a priestess. You guys know the deal. So my twin brought forth a message for me, like he was letting me know, he was showing me, okay? And that's the beauty of these kinds of very strong, you know, connections in that way. And it's not about the romance. It's about the spiritual, it's about the spirituality of it all, you know, the soul connection and what it means and why you guys came here and what do you need to heal and what are you reflecting to, you know, there's so much. But he was very clear, but he didn't speak it to me, you see. It was set up in a way where I overheard. Like it's almost like he was talking extra loud so I would hear. Like he was hoping she'll hear me. And I did. I heard every single word he said. And so that's like the energy. So he's speaking to this friend of his in this restaurant at the table. And he's like talking about this stuff. And his friend is kind of very confused because his friend is not a twin flame. His friend is not on any kind of a soul, you know, journey. You know, but his friend is like, you know, still like, okay, yeah, you know, like if you're saying it, then, you know, but it was like, he was like saying like something huge just shifted, something massive just shifted collectively for many. And this timeline that we just jumped on that I said I predicted on Friday and then it happened the next day that we're in right now, this is that timeline. We're in it. We are in it. And that's why he came through last night while we had the most massive waterfall of white angelic light come through on the Schuman resonance, you guys, from the sun. so much. It looks like angel wings. Because it came through like over the night while we were sleeping last night, and then it started like coming through again like this morning. So I'll take another picture and I'll post it again on the community page so everyone can see, and I'll update. But I thought that was very profound that it was the angel wings. It looks like angel wings. And I thought this alignment, I predict this massive timeline jump. The next day the timeline jump happens. The same day the massive, huge, fat timeline jump happens, we get massive waterfalls like I've never seen, or I haven't seen, like, I don't think I've ever seen the white like that on the Schuman, honestly, but that's just me. You know, I'm sure maybe it has been before and I didn't see it, you know, so I'm just saying I haven't seen it like that. And, you know, and I'm someone who checks it like daily. And I thought how profound, it's angelic wings. It looks like wings, angel wings. You guys can go check it. Just go Google it, Schuman resonance today, you know, and go look at the chart and you'll see the flood of white and how it looks like angel wings. And that's immediately when I saw that, I thought, you know, all these things for like light workers are earth angels, like, but the one thing that I thought the most was, this is holy divine union for the sacred souls here. The holy flames that are here to light the way. This is a pivotal time. You know, we're seeing all of the darkness. We're seeing everything that's being purged out. Like, we're seeing it all react to the light coming in, right? And that's what's happening in the world right now. It's the light pushing out the dark, so the dark rises up to try to hold, you know what I mean? So anyways, my point with all that is, everything happening, it's time. We've been going through the initiations. We've been going through the karmic lessons. We've been under judgment. We've had the tower moments. We picked up our sorry carcasses off the ground and we chose love, and we kept having faith, and we kept going in faith because it's our deep inner knowing. It's our soul. It's our, you know, higher self. And we pushed on and we healed ourselves more and more and more and more and more, right? And now it's time. It's time for unions to commence in the most massive way I've honestly ever felt it. Now, there were some other things that I also overheard. And those were messages from him to me directly, so I'm not going to share that. But what I can say is massive confirmation to everything I tune into, everything I channel, everything I feel. Okay, so I know we're already 20 minutes in, okay, but listen, if you are new here, my channeling is the most powerful part of the message. It truly is. I don't need, like, right, we don't need the cards here. This is straight from source to you. He let me know some things last night. I saw 1818, 99. That's another number. If you're seeing the nines right now, today, yesterday, probably tomorrow, the next day, like around this time or through this week, 222, 999. The fives, I think, are going to be big too. And the flood of light and everything that happened, the timeline jump, it came through like, today's the 15th of June, so technically it's 6/6, right? So there's, it's actually opening like a portal. I don't know, you guys, it just feels like nothing I've ever felt before since my journey has begun, like since I awoke into what was happening and like started my business and like my YouTube, and like, this is like, I've never felt a shift like this ever. I can't stress that enough. I seriously can't stress it enough. If you've been with me for a few years or you're brand new here and seeing this for the very first time, I can't stress this enough. And you guys that have been with me, you know I've never said this before. I've never emphasized the energy like this in this regard so much because it hasn't been there before. Because if it had been, I would have definitely, my antennas would have, right? And I would have picked up on it and I would have come and I would have shared with you guys to let you know what was up. Something this time, I literally, I don't have the words. I don't have the words. 222, this is probably the title. If you're seeing 222 right now, there's a high probability that you're coming into it, that a divine masculine is reaching out or communicating. But listen, let's see. Two of Swords, but they're communicating like absolute divine truth. This is truth that has been, it's a lot of truth actually. It's not just truth about, you know, the feminine and like what they've been experiencing and, you know, maybe how they feel, or I don't know. I'm also receiving in this moment. Came down. I want you to know I'm coming. Like, I'm on my way. I am. And I'm telling you, you guys, something is big happening. And so, like I said, my twin, he came in and he let me know. My twin is just as psychic. He's just as, I mean, he's powerful. He's a powerful soul. I mean, he's my twin soul. So, right? So for him to come forward like that and to speak of the things he spoke of, and then when I woke up this morning and I saw the Schuman, the timeline jump and all that stuff, I was like, I was blown away. And then also I keep seeing 222, and then literally I was at my parents' house for Father's Day, and my mom comes up to me like out of nowhere, right? And she, or no. Yeah, she comes and she says, she starts talking about 222 and how like yesterday, the day before, my dad's speedometer in his truck, it was all twos and then a three at the very end, but it was like 5 or 6 twos or something like that, like 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. And so she told me about that, and then she brought it up again. She's like, what does that mean? Like, what does 222 mean? Like, you know, so, and then I was like, what? Like, she's talking about 222, and like, I was like, it means like, you know, partnerships, like balance, you know, there's a lot of different energies, messages, vibrations connected to the numerology of 2 and then amplified by 222. Wow. Like I'm really at a loss of words of this message, of this energy. So if this finds you, you are chosen. You are the lucky one. You are in alignment, is what I want to say. You are in massive, major alignment. And here's what I want to say to you watching, whether you're a divine masculine or divine feminine. Who I'm talking to right now, who's ready for this, who I literally, my twin soul came in. He let me know. Okay, I'm going to show you. Because this right here makes sense. There's been an energy of a crossroads. But there's like, it really is breakthrough. Like, I once was blind, but now I see. I fully see what this is. I feel it in the, like, this is what I feel right here. The cups are emotion. We know that the 9 of Cups speaks of wishes fulfilled, right? But this is emotion, the cups. It's when you are so filled with love and happiness and like, you know, it's just like boom. Like, I mean, this is like an explosion of golden sunshine energy. Also, by the way, side note, if you're tuning in, if you've been under like judgment, or there's been karmic lessons, or if the universe like crunched on your finances a bit, meaning like business slowed down, or you lost your job, or whatever it is, financial burdens, we'll call it that, okay? You had lessons of lack, scarcity, fear, lessons of faith, meaning, you know, around money. Who I'm talking to right now, you're about, like, I don't want to say you're about, I say it about, and when I say you're about, I mean like it could happen in like the next month, you know? But that's not that far away. And we know that time now on Earth is moving so fast, like crazy fast. It's going to be here in no time if that's the case. But this timeline right now, I mean, you guys, I once was blind, but now I see. And we have the 9 and then the 10. And look, the very first card we see, and it's funny because, okay, now it's all, I specifically spoke of 222 And I just realized the very first card out in this message is a 2. Let me grab my angel number book. Now, my angel number book, it is by like this girl, she calls herself Mystic Michaela. So it's her connecting with her like angels and guides and her channeling the angel numbers. So there's many interpretations and many messages around angel numbers, you know. So I just want to say it's not like the end all be all, but hold on. Let's just see what number 2 says. Listen, the 2 of Swords is about a decision. You're at a crossroads. It literally is that. It's you can go down that path or you can go down that path. This is someone who feels, I mean, it's like whoever this divine feminine is, this right here is a peek inside this masculine's mind and heart in this moment. This is what they're manifesting. And when I say manifesting, I mean living rent-free in their mind. It's all they think about. I'm receiving the word consumed. It's consuming them. They're consumed by it. And when that happens, it creates almost like, I'm picking up on like feeling like agitated or irritated or, you know, just like, it's this like nagging, like, you know, and I don't want to say like that's how the masculine feels at all towards the feminine. It definitely is not. It's the, you know, you guys know what I mean. So anyways, this is a divine masculine, I think, who maybe had kids, a family, was married. I don't know. But I mean, this is like, you know what I'm really getting right here in this moment? Like when the masculine thinks or feels or sees, whatever has shifted in this masculine, whatever's been going on in their life, whatever lessons they've conquered or completed, whatever they've been learning by going within, whatever the universe has been mirroring to them in their reality through synchronicities, messages, signs, songs, readings, videos, commercials, whatever it is, billboards, cars, license plates, you're everywhere. Everywhere they look, they see you. They see maybe your name, your initials. Maybe there's special numbers connected to you guys, special dates or special times of the year or songs, or everything is, okay? And so it is, I'm telling you. It's like, do I stay with this here? And I'm gonna clarify this. Or do I go this way? Do I stay or do I go now? And listen, not everyone's in a third party. Not everyone has a karmic partnership. But yeah, many of, especially twin flames. Especially twins have a lot, and the twins will often mirror similar karma, right? Like they have like a lot of like the same, they've been through a lot of the same kind of stuff and initiations and lessons, things. But especially twin flames, it's very common for you to like, you know, meet a twin, like maybe you guys reunite in this lifetime, after you've lived some life in your adult years. Like that's period. Maybe you guys met in childhood, but you know what I mean? But you don't actually like reconnect, reunite, and do the triggering for the healing until you're much older. And it's always when you have just cleared usually, or you're about to clear, or you're going through, you're about to, some kind of huge karmic cycle. And you have to excuse me because I'm getting like, my throat chakra is starting to itch. And it feels like it's closing. It's itching like crazy. And sorry. Someone just let off a firework or a bomb. I don't know if you guys heard that. I live in the country, but I heard that just now. That was crazy. An explosion. It sounded almost like an M80 or something. I grew up with boys. I grew up with brothers, so I am very aware of all the kinds of fireworks and all the kinds of things. I was just like, that sounded like an M80. It was big. Boom. That was crazy. That was crazy that just happened right now. I look down and I see the dedication. Someone, this could be relevant for some of you guys. There's the name Scott, Brianna, and Abigail. Okay, so let's look at the number 2. Something, that explosion or whatever it was that I just heard, that was also a part of this message. It's big. Boom. Like fireworks. You guys know on my live on Friday, the same live that I predicted that this huge timeline jump and all that, I specifically spoke of fireworks. I said, if you see fireworks, the word fireworks, you're watching TV and someone says the word fireworks, like through their script dialogue or whatever on the show, fireworks, okay? Like if you're invited somewhere to maybe a graduation party and there's some sparklers or fireworks, that's a sign. That's a confirmation, right? So something about the fireworks, and then that was crazy. The boom. Okay, so I don't know like how well you guys maybe heard it, but it was loud for me on my end. Number 2 speaks of trust. You build your life with gratitude. It's not just the big things you can hope for. It's also the little things, which keep everything together. You are never alone, and your angels are reminding you that so many small things together create a miraculous and cumulative outcome. Okay, let me repeat that last part as that explosion just went off, and I'm here. I mean, you guys, if you're new here, that is not normal. Like, boom. And I live in the country, and there's all these trees and fields in front of me. And when that went off, all of the birds, doves, and magpies, they flew out. Like, it scared the shit out of all of them. Excuse me, I shouldn't cuss. I need to be careful with that. And then I also have a feral, like I live on a ranch. So we have like a feral ranch cat, and she likes her siesta. She takes her siestas on my front porch, and she hangs out on the front porch all the time. She had kittens. The kittens are like, at that age where they're like, they're able to start going out and do, so they all follow her now to the front porch. Well, they were all laying on the front porch. Like when I started this message, they were just knocked out asleep with their siesta. And that thing also like scared them away. So something massive, that's like the tower, boom. You're never alone. It's like your okay, I want to say the masculine. If you're a divine masculine tuning in, then you're feeling this towards your feminine, or wanting your feminine to know, like, I'm with you. Can you feel me? Like, all the stuff that you're receiving, it's not a coincidence, duh. Like, and then also, but your angels too. Like, I know that a lot of us, that's something that we have to move through and heal. And, like, we're never actually alone. Like, we're surrounded by like a spiritual freaking army at all time. So yeah, especially if you're right, like a light worker, a starseed, or earth angel, or whatever, right? Your angels are reminding you that many small things together. So all the seeds that you've been planting, all the seeds that have been planted throughout this connection, little conversations, little text messages, little, direct messages, little emails, or they pick up the phone and check in and call you. We call those false starts, I mean, really, it's just them communicating. You know what I mean? But it's all these little things that like created more. Okay, so the seeds were planted little by little by little, and then it started to grow. And now it's like a wild garden, and the masculine's trying to like it's just so big, and there's so much, and it's all beautiful, and it's breathtaking. And this feels it's like uncharted waters. It's very unfamiliar for this masculine. I do see that this masculine has spent a very long time. And when I say very long, I mean like years, like it could be 2-3 years, it could be 10 years, 20 years. I don't know. Everyone's different. And yeah, twin souls, especially now on Earth, the way that I'm seeing it is I'm actually getting like basically like it's time for us to come together with our beloved, so we can anchor in our frequency and love, and we can do what we came here to do. Every little thing that you've planted, it accumulates and it creates a miracle. That's what this number 2 is saying. This card right here feels like a miracle moment. When this happens in real life, it literally feels like, look at her. Like, look at her. That's how it feels. It feels like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. You're smiling ear to ear. You're so happy. You feel just like, it's also surreal because this feels like a highly spiritual, like, miracle. Like, what is happening? Because literally that's how I feel with this energy today, and like, everything I just talked about. It is this, my loves. This right here is the timeline we just jumped on. And that's what I was saying a moment ago about, like, side note, is big money. big money, big stability. You're on the timeline now where you're coming into union with someone. You're going to build a life with that person, maybe have some spirit babies floating around, and maybe the spirit babies come in and incarnate through the divine feminine. But you guys together, because you guys are not, it's not karmic, it's not codependent. They're looking at each other as equals, in the sense of like she's got her own, I mean, she's the Queen of Pentacles. She's holding the pentacle. These are two souls that were, you know, it's their connection, but it's two souls that when they see each other, they know it's safe. They know it's real, the real deal. They know it's something that both of you probably for most of your lives didn't believe in or thought never existed. Like soulmates or magic or law of attraction or whatever it is. But you're looking at each other now in this moment, and you guys, there is a very clear understanding flowing between you guys when you're looking in your eyes. Like he gets her, she gets him. He holds space for her, she holds space for him. And because of the beautiful balanced energies, they create this. Okay, huge stability, marriage, family, children, and, you know, lineages, like, okay, so, 36 minutes. Create a list of what you are grateful today. Okay, so basically it's like, there's this like miraculous kind of energy. That's why I keep getting the Ace of Wands energy too. It's like this, like an explosion of fire. It's an inferno. It's big, it's huge. It knocks you off your feet kind of a thing, you know, like, whoa, like this is really happening. I'm telling you, you guys, I'm telling you, you guys know me. Many of you guys are my clients, but many of you guys have like been here with me, or you're newer to the channel and you're like, because I've had some new subscribers that are like, oh my gosh, like I'm so happy, like you're just like dead on with everything, and like it just resonates entirely. So I'm always really, really grateful and thankful for that, because it's my job to do this kind of a thing, right? And so it's nice to get that confirmation, you know, even though I know what I'm channeling is real, but it's always nice to hear from you guys, like thank you, it resonated so much because of this. So okay, let's put the book back. Let's put the book back, and let's just get into the nitty gritty. I'm not pulling any more tarot. Like I said, we're gonna get messages here. We're gonna see what maybe this masculine might want to say right now. I'm like, I don't know, you guys, like there's so many ideas and things I want to accomplish and do and build and expand on and create, and like, you know, like I am doing my second channel, you know. In fact, I'm waiting for my my graphic like design artist that's doing like the imagery for my new channel and all this, and my website and stuff. And he said he's gonna send me over some pictures he did this weekend, so I'm excited. But anyways, why was I saying that about like all of the ideas and the things? Oh, because I'm feeling really called to just start to do like a little series, like maybe where I do like a few readings a week, like maybe 3 like 10-minute readings, 15-minute readings a week. But I'm feeling really called to do like a love segment, like love letters, like, and I want to do it using my channeled messages. So it's like you can come on and you can watch the reading, and it's basically like your person, it's like a channeled love letter to you, you know what I mean? So I don't know, I love that. But and like much of you guys, I'm extremely sensitive. I mean, just like I predicted that big huge fat quantum leap timeline jump, I can always, you know, I'm tired like you guys, you know, we're all feeling these like physical like releases and upgrades and just everything that's happening with the activations in the sun, and you know what I mean, the Schuman resonance, like I said. So our physical body can feel really blah. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So like if you're tuning in and you're just like, well, this message resonates, Erica, but like I don't know, like I feel like maybe I'm in a lower vibration right now because I feel like I've been doing the work, but I feel like my reality is still like blah, you know. But I want to let you know, mi amor, that it's not. Your vibration and frequency has risen extremely high through everything you're coming out of and just went through. You're on the new timeline. We are all on the timeline. If this video finds you, you're on this timeline. But here's the thing about it, okay? Yes, there's always like the negative with the positive, the dark with the light, right? Now, honestly, I forgot what I was gonna say. And that's been happening too. When the Schuman spikes, I noticed that like recently, like my channeling, like I lose my thoughts. So I'm like, whatever, these upgrades that are happening in my crown and third eye, like they're gonna be super lit, but like while it's happening, I'm forgetting things, I'm, you know, but my channeling, because my frequency and vibration has risen a lot too. Even though my 3D reality isn't reflecting like my new vibration yet, that's this new timeline. This new timeline is a reflection to you of your new vibration. And what that means is this. I don't want to sound cheesy or corny, but like I'm telling you, I can see it. I can feel it. It's so powerful. And then the fact that like my own, you know, my twin soul masculine. And again, I want to be very clear. Like I surrendered up anything with him years ago, you know, like several years ago. You know, he went into a karmic third party with someone he had met. And, you know, basically created like a life together with that person. They both have children. And honestly, I'm, you know, as a true like Queen of Pentacles, Empress energy in that regard, I'm not someone, I'm not in the frequency, the lower vibration of come back to me, you know, why are you with her? Like that doesn't even cross my mind. Okay. Like, because I know why he went and why, because he still had relationship karma that he needed to work out. I didn't. He found me on Facebook when I was at the very end brink, breaking, like on like 2 feet out the door. But maybe like my purse was still hanging inside, not like with my ex karmic who was extremely abusive. He was extremely abusive and narcissistic. And that was my, you know, and I kept attracting men like that. Like, you know, I only had 2 boyfriends and relationships that were actually really good and great. And I was the one who screwed them up. So do you know what I mean? You guys see how the karma, right? Like we all have our stuff, okay? But that's how we get here, where I am, where you are right now. Like we have to go through that to get to the light, right? You gotta go through the dark to get through the light. So I've seen a lot of dark in relationships. I've had a lot of darkness and attacks projected at me and on me. And but he came in and he found me randomly on Facebook, you know, and that's how we met. And immediately there was recognition and I felt something, you know. So basically I always say he saved me in the way that he came in, we met, and that fueled me, like it activated me and it fueled me with this divine strength and will that I needed at that moment in the journey. And I left that because we had like a 3,500 beautiful custom built log cabin home way up in the Sierra Mountains here in California, Northern California. I mean, it was gorgeous. It really was like a dream. We had a big, beautiful shop. I mean, the property was everything, right? But it was all, again, the material realm. See, so what I'm saying right now is what the masculines have been going through. Do you see what I just said? Because that was the material 3D stuff that my distorted, wounded ego and all these things was latching onto. I hated the person I was with, but my excuse was, I love my animals. We've got animals together. You know, I love my huge, beautiful garden with fruit trees and big, beautiful box beds. And You know, I love living in the mountains. I love being way away from everyone, off the grid. I love this beautiful cabin home that's just gorgeous. Everyone that comes inside is just like in awe. It was like a ski lodge. Like that's what the cabin kind of looked like. Like you go in, it's like, you know what I mean? Like on a certain level. So anyways, that was me like having trouble breaking free of the material and staying in something very abusive and toxic for me, but I was clinging to the material 3D with a very toxic, you know, I made excuses. I was the excuse machine. I was the, you know, so he came in and I left that cabin, you guys, like literally within like maybe 3-4 days of meeting him. I left that cabin and I never went back. I never went back. My family went up there and they helped pack all my stuff for me. I would not see him. I refused to go up there. It was like that. So I'm sharing all of this because these journeys are real. And I'm sharing this because this is how these journeys reflect in our everyday lives and situations. So me and my twin were in physical union for only just a few months, like literally like 3 months. And I'm actually the one that walked away. I'm the one that like basically ended it because he started pulling away. He started getting those triggers. And I was like, I literally just left someone. Now, it wasn't like, it was because I was healing from that relationship while I was in that relationship. By the time I walked out that door and left and never looked back, I had already been so completely like disassociated, disconnected, completely shut down from that person that I lived with. We were like two straight, like we were like roommates passing each other, you know? And he'd be gone all the time, going and doing whatever, you know, his thing. And I didn't care. I loved when he was gone because that was my place and I had it all to me. And it was peaceful when he wasn't around. His energy was extremely toxic. And when he'd walk in, his energy was so suffocating. It would just drain my battery from 100% to 0 like that. You know what I mean? So my twin saved me from that. And that's what many of the masculines kind of do in a way. They kind of, you know, or the feminine, but like the masculines often they show up for, you know, and it's just in a way where like a lot of times it's after you've gone through something big. You've gone through a divorce, or you have a marriage that you're ending, or you need to end, or you know someone just recently died and you know it's very close to you, you know, a big loss. But I chose self-love. I said I look back at my ex and I said I'm not gonna let someone breadcrumb me or pull away from me, even though he wasn't doing anything toxic or anything. Of course, he's my twin. But it was just, I saw in that moment, you know, and I didn't want to see it, but I did. So in that moment, I saw that he was pulling away and that I had no choice because I'm not going to chase. In that moment is when my true divine feminine, you know, priestess, that's when all of that ignited again. And I said, no, like, I'm not going to be breadcrumbed, you know? So I walked away, you know, I pulled away. But anyways, okay, enough about that. But I want to share in that way. So why it's important is because what I just described about me, my karmic abusive ex, what I was in for 4 years, you know, almost 5 years or whatever. Yeah, because we met in 2016 and I left. Yeah, okay, like 4 years at the end of 2020. So anyways, and it was 4 years of absolute hell, absolute dark night. And when we met in 2016, we had met in like, I think June. And then 3 months later, my brother died in a car accident. And that was like completely, obviously life altering for me. I went into a very deep depression, and you know, he's karmic, he's toxic. It was like 3 months after my brother died, you know, he started pushing that energy on me of, okay, enough's enough with the grieving. It's time to get back to yourself and back to life and back to what I want you to be, you know, that makes me happy. And I refused, you know, like I told, you know, so because I was it was just crazy, you guys. Okay, and I know a lot of you guys have been in these kinds of relationships, because these kinds of like situations and connections, that's what so many, especially twin flames come here, and we come here with like extreme lessons, more than other souls. That's why the twin flame journey is so hard. That's why when people say, like, people are out here watching YouTube readings thinking I'm manifesting my twin. You can't manifest a twin flame. You either are a twin flame or you're not, you know? And it's not a romantic journey. It's a journey of soul evolution and coming back to your true inner self and healing all of the wounds of codependency and attachment, where you're like, where are you? Come back to me. I need you. Come make me feel good. Make me feel loved. I'll feel loved. I'll be happy when you're here. That is all wrong. I mean, it's not wrong because it's your medicine. It's your wounds. It's what you need to heal. It's not wrong. I shouldn't say that. The shadow's medicine. The light is medicine. Everything's, you know? So anyways, had to share that, you guys. And if you've been with me, this is a very different reading than what I usually read. Like the way that I'm channeling, what I'm sharing, how I opened up about that. So my point is that many of these beautiful masculines, again, whether they're a twin or not, doesn't matter. There's a lot of similarities with the karmic lessons and the things and the timelines, and okay, very ancient souls came to earth, a lot of us. And so you might have a beautiful past soul connection with someone you've had many lifetimes with, and that is freaking incredible. That is magic. So anyways, many masculines are going through, they've been living in what I just described I was living in. And they've been making the excuses, just like I said I was making the excuses. I love my home. I don't want to like break up. You know, like my ex, he had a daughter. So I was kind of like stepmom, you know, and that was really hard. That's always really hard because you grow attached to the child or the children. You know, and I can imagine it's even harder, right? If it's your own family, like you're married to someone and you had kids together, and now you're at this point where you're just like, I want to choose another path. I want to be really happy. I want to do, you know, that's hard. And so they make excuses to stay in the comfort zones. And now, I don't know, you guys, but something went down. Something has shifted majorly. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm afraid you will reject me after all the false starts. I spoke of the false starts, meaning they send you a text, they check in, but it's on the surface. It's not anything with depth or authenticity. It's like, I want to know how you're doing. I want you to know that I'm always here. I want you to know that I think about you. You know, things like that. I want you to know that I miss you. Whatever it is that they say when they, right? So there's a clarity. There's something that has opened on a divine, like they're tuning in with the higher self, and they're going, because of like me reaching out and maybe leaving you on red or not answering you or ghosting you, or, you know, it's not because I didn't want to. First of all, it's never because they don't want to. They want to more than anything in the world. Never mistake that. Like if it's a twin, your twin, it's a constant flow of energy between you guys, you know? Okay, anyways, I know I'm like kind of going all over, but there's so much. So anyways, it's just like, I'm afraid you're going to reject me, but I'm telling you, like, let me actually clarify this. Hold on, just real quick. I want to clarify before I pull any more, and we'll end like it's 53 minutes. I might as well just go the full hour. So we'll end this in 6 minutes. If you're someone who wants to come and work with me one-on-one, I don't know, like come, but you know, like work with me one-on-one. All of my services, my readings, I offer different readings and spiritual services, like Akashic past life readings, and, you know, deep diving into your Akash. Who were you in past lives? What were you? When were you? What did you do? What were your traumas? What comes through? What were some of your soul, like, evolutions or tests that maybe you've mastered, or things that, you know, there's always so much that comes in. But anyways, everything is down below. Okay. Clarify the 10 pentacles, because the way that I'm receiving it and feeling it and like drawn to it is that this person has been at a crossroad. Okay, like for some time they've been thinking about some stuff. Like it's like almost like a pros and cons list is kind of what I'm seeing. Like You know, and every single time, this wins. This wins. This is what feels right. This is what feels in alignment. This is what they're pushing after and what the determination is after. Holy, oh my gosh, you guys, there it is. Boom, boom, there it is. You can't make it up. Like, you just can't make this stuff up. Like, oh my God, today my mind is blown. Like, full on mind blown emoji. You guys, for my mind to be blown, like, I know you you see everything constantly, craziness, magic, miracles, synchronicities. Whoa, that's insane. Like, oh my gosh. That's what I mean. For me to be mind blown, and then also like what I talked about, like with like the astral experience I had with my twin and what he was like letting me know, because he was basically confirming what I already feel. So we're like on the same page. So he's like, this is what's going down. This is what's happening with us masculines. So he's a big leader too, but you know, who knows if he'll ever, I don't know. But anyways, in the spiritual realm, he's a huge leader and a huge, like, you know, so that's what he was saying. Okay. Like, it was basically like, everything's changing. This is what's happening. You know, anyways. Okay. So, you know, I don't know. There's just so much, you guys. Like, that's what I mean. I'm at a loss. Do you see how I keep losing my words? Like, that never happens. I can always talk. But I'm literally at a loss of words. And I think that's how this masculine feels towards this feminine. Something big crashed down, creating a very solid, concrete choice, or it's about to create a solid, concrete choice. In regards to, look, now we have the 2 and the 3 of swords. See, I knew it. I knew it. I felt it. This is, okay, first of all, there's like some, you know, a lot of the energy swirling around too is like sudden endings, breakups, people just speaking their truth. A lot of that is happening right now. People who have, like this, like the masculine coming, you know, if they come towards the feminine or whatever, but it's like they want to speak. It's like there's this collective, like, I just need to say what's on my mind and in my heart. I'm done swallowing things. I'm done swallowing my words. I'm done like tiptoeing around people. I'm done walking on eggshells. I'm done being uncomfortable in my own house or my own, you know, environment or around my own family or whatever it is. People are done. They're done. And it doesn't have to be just with relationships. It can be anything. It's like, I'm done. If someone says something to you and it's like someone maybe that like you've been kind of swallowing your words with for a while, because maybe they blow up. Maybe maybe it's someone you know well and you're just like, I just keep my mouth shut because it's easier, because if I do say something, they're going to just blow up and take it all blow it out of proportion and like cause a big fight or do this or be dramatic or melodramatic or whatever. I know a lot of you guys are going to resonate. You probably grew up with parents like that or in a family like that, or you've been around people like that your whole life. You've swallowed so much to make other people more comfortable, and you're done. People are done swallowing their truth to make other people comfortable or to keep others at ease or to keep up an image or whatever it is. People are just blurting it out. It's like a blurting. It's blurt, boom, boom, crash, bang. It came out, it's done, I said it, it's like that. And it's also like that with this masculine speaking. I think this the way that I'm seeing and feeling this communication, it is shock. That's why you have the Tower too. It's a shock. It's a shocking energy to the feminine, because it feels like this masculine is coming in. I mean, they're coming in on this time. I mean, they're coming on this high frequency timeline. They are coming in with a much higher vibration. And that, I mean, that's all you need to know. Because you know, if you're vibrating high, then automatically, not automatically, but you know, you're more in alignment with authenticity and faith and love and your intuition and, you know, all these things, right? So, I don't know. Yeah, there's a home, so yeah. It's a split up. this masculine, they've made up their mind about something here. It's, I'm hearing, I put my foot down. He's putting his foot down. Like, enough is enough. I'm not happy. I'm channeling everything that's coming through as I hear it. I'm ready for more. I want more. We're not good together. We fight all the time. Now, this message coming through, this is from a different collective masculine, but it's the same, obviously, message. But this masculine energy is not in a third party. This masculine energy, it's been just their ego and wounds and trauma and everything else that has them very walled and caged and shut down. Very boxed and closed off. And that's what I'm hearing is this masculine going, I've been so blocked. I've been so blocked. I've been so blind, I've been so blocked, but now I can see, or I'm seeing something, or I'm seeing some things. There's definitely some kind of like, it was like a home, like, it was like, oh, this is our happy family, happy home. But on the inside, it was like this. Just like me and my ex. See, that was like my ego. Like when I would talk to friends and family, I would be like, oh yeah, life is, you know, I mean, I would be honest a lot of times, obviously, with like my family, you know, my mom and like my good friends or things like about like my relationship and how unhappy I was and how, you know, toxic he was. But I actually hid most of the abuse from them. They didn't know what was happening. I hid it because we were up in the mountains, you know, people weren't around. You know, we had like a 10-acre like ranch, like up in the mountains in the middle of the pine trees in the Sierra, you know, Nevadas basically. So I internalized a lot. I held so much poison inside of me. And so, you know, and that's the stuff that I've been working and releasing and healing and stuff too. I mean, among other things, but you guys, I know you can relate. And if you're still here, thank you. And if you're still here, I'm telling you right now, this is for you, like 1,000%. 1,000%. You know what I'm receiving? I'm hearing a feminine when this happens, or this communication or whatever it is. It's like their mind is definitely made up. There's definitely something here that has shifted. They're choosing a new path. They're aligning with this message, with this timeline. They're on it with the feminine. You guys were on different timelines before, a lot of the time, most of the time. Feminine's timelines were going somewhere very different, you know, and she's doing her thing, and masculine's timeline, like they have their free will, and so they were cruising in lower vibrational timelines, even though they're a high vibrational energy on a soul level. Now they're on this timeline. What's this say? I think your success, confidence, and strength, boom, the queen, the richest queen in all the lands. This is, I got my own money. I don't need your money. I got my own money. This is, if I want you in my life, it's because I genuinely, authentically want you in my life, because I'm someone who's, you know, I have healthy boundaries. I protect my energy. That's why I'm grounding. And you know what's funny is, like, see these pines back here? That's exactly what, like, I saw, like, looking out, like, my living room windows, and it was like I saw the, like, edge lines of the mountains and all the pines, and it looked, so for me, this is massive also confirmation. I just realized that. I was immediately drawn to it when I noticed it. Of everything I talked about, it's basically like, yeah, it's right on target. It's bang on. Okay. I think your success, confidence, and strength is sexy AF. I want us to be that power couple. Exactly. I told you. I told you. See, right now, this, for many of the masculines, right now, they're in this situation. But like I said, with my ex, it's karmic. So the happiness, or, oh yeah, things are great, life is good, you know, business is good, and the kids are great, and, you know, we're good, everything's good. That's what everyone says as they swallow their truth and eat the poison, you know what I mean? Instead of speaking what, you know, instead of saying, like, you know, things, you know, could be better, you know, and I'm working through some stuff right now, and, you know, I'm thinking about a lot of things, and that's what I mean. So anyways, the power couple, him and her, king and queen of pentacles, that is it. You could be dealing with an earth sign. You could be connected to a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. Okay, 104. Okay, let's get one more. I had to heal, and there you go. Oh my gosh. Holy wow. What beautiful confirmation for everything. Oh my gosh. My mind is blown again. I had to heal and truly learn to release my ego. I just kept making the same mistakes, and I didn't want to make them with you. See, rejection is always protection. Like I said, when my twin pulled back, I released him. I let him go. I said, okay, go. I send you love, and I'm always here for you, amor, but go. Live your life, learn your lessons, or don't, or whatever, you know. I can't control free will of someone else, right? And that's what karmic people do. And karmic relationships. Karmic relationships is all about control. They're trying to control the situations. They're trying to control the circumstances. They're trying to control outcomes. They're trying to control each other. They're trying to control the household, or how I do certain things this way, and it'd be nice if you did this. And they're always trying to control each other by changing each other. You know, can you speak to me this way? It'd be nicer. And I don't like when you do this. There's all that stuff. That's karmic. That leaves, that, once you learn the lessons, ends in this. When I walked away from that cabin, I was in this. But here's the deal. While I was living in that cabin for 4 years or whatever, I was also living in this. You see? And the moment I left this, finally, after 4 years of being in this daily, I rose, and I rose fast into this. It's crazy how fast alignment happens when you truly, with your free will, learn the lesson and see it all for what it is. And I love the good, I love the bad, the darkness, the whatever. It taught me the lessons. It showed me what I needed to know. Do I have ill will towards my ex? No, I forgive him a long time ago. I tap my heart and send him love. Would I ever speak to him again? F no. F no. Because I don't need to. Because those cords are cut. You know what I mean? It's like that. You know? Masculines who have been in karmic third parties, like me in my situation, you know? I've done nothing but just send love. You know what I mean? Hoping they work out. Hoping things go good. Hoping, you know, whatever. That, you know? But I knew that it wouldn't, or not, or whatever at some point, you know? Because I am who I am. And I do what I do. And he is who he is to me. Or we are to each other. We are one, you know? But that's like the twin flame journey. Like, you can absolutely be living your life and be a twin and not be with your twin, you know? But twin souls did come here. It's been a long time, you guys, on earth since twin flames incarnated in the same lifetime on earth. Okay? Some of you guys, like, your last incarnations together were Atlantis. For some of you guys, your last incarnations on earth together were ancient Egypt. And for some of you guys, what I'm seeing is your souls did incarnate together. For some of you guys, what they're saying is some twins came back to help this, but not like here. So it was like during the biblical times, like with Jesus, Mary Magdalene, like it was like those eras, those thousands of years or whatever, you know, were all, or hundreds of years, you know, things like that. So you could have been incarnated in these timelines together to, you know, but anyways, my point of all it is it's been a long time, but everyone has free will. And that's why we have to rise and be dedicated to our soul purpose and mission on an individual level, and not, you know, and come into a place of union with yourself where you're not worried about what your twin is doing or your soulmate is doing or your divine masculine is doing. You're not worried. You're in a place of peace and love when it comes to them. He knows I'm open and I'm a safe space for him. He knows that. He can come in anytime. You know? And that's the feminine frequency. It's the frequency of calm, focused on self, focused on what you're doing, self-loving and healing, and being in that I'm open, receiving energy. But what I'm not going to do is chase because I've ascended beyond all that. You know what I mean? So anyways, you guys, I love you so much. I know this was a long one, but this one was a very, very special one. So I don't know. I'm going to send it out into the ether, into the universe on YouTube. And I know that it will reach the souls that absolutely need it. And I also want to say that I do see predictions that I do see another massive timeline jump happening again, like maybe within the next week or so. It could, like I said on Friday, but it could happen tomorrow. I don't know. Okay, hold on. These timelines are timelines that are here. It's the timelines where we're anchoring a lot. It's the timelines where we are in alignment on a soul level. It's the timelines that we came here to be in. After many initiations alone. Now this is the timeline where union is happening. If you're seeing 222 and this message resonates with you like to the core, like you're shooketh, you have goosebumps, you get angel chills, whatever. You know what I mean? Your higher self is going ding, 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 ding. Then you're about to come into a union. You are about to come into a union. You're about to and also what I want to say, this could be someone new. It could. That could be part of the shock too. But maybe this is a masculine who, like I said, like this is what they went through in the recent past, and this is what they ascended from, and they've learned lessons, okay? But for the majority of you, I'm going to say like 85% of you, it's going to be this other person. And just because I'm nosy, and since we're already 111 in to 1 hour and 11 minutes, the purpose, yeah, okay, so this card, it speaks of being purpose-driven, confident, gets it done, being brave, being bold. You can count on it. That's what this card says. Now, this card says the broom. This is about cleaning things up in your life. This is about sweeping away all that doesn't serve you. It's about removing things from your life. Remove unwanted stuff. This right here was that choice of a separation for many of these masculines and third parties. Live-in situations, marriage situations, engagement situations, boyfriend-girlfriend situations. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, restoring harmony in their life. A total makeover. This masculine is you know them, but their energy or what they say or how they speak, it's like a total makeover. Whoa. I feel that strongly. This is someone who's speaking from the soul and manifesting with the third eye very strongly here. But they've been purging. It's a clean sweep, Cleanup time. Clean up in aisle 9. The Wolverine. The Wolverine speaks of kind of tower moment energy in the sense of unpredictable, being very assertive and strong in that way, but it speaks of I kept saying the word determined about this masculine, even in the very, very beginning before I pulled any cards and I was just channeling. I spoke of the determination that I'm feeling and receiving from this collective energy here, and there we go. Determination. But it also speaks of power struggles. That's exactly where this masculine has been struggling, and where they were stuck at that 2 of Swords. This is minor arcana. There you go, the grasshopper. It's a leap of faith. And then the bridge. The bridge is communication, very first word. Uniting, bridging the distant, it's the bridge. It's connecting again. Communicating, crossing over that bridge, taking that leap of faith. This also speaks of good fortune and good luck. Harmony, collaboration, overcoming your barriers. This masculine is overcoming their barriers. What are the barriers? Well, the barriers are the material 3D realm, that he's been living in. what I'm receiving here in this moment is, it's literally coming through. They're saying, I crushed the devil. Like, I crushed the devil. So whatever the devil, karmic, whatever it is in their life, they're like, I crushed it. Look at the mountain. That just came off by accident, but this is relevant. I love it because it wasn't an accident. It was meant to happen. Obstacles, problems, distance. Someone who's blocked, cold. They're indifferent. They've got pride, ego, barriers, it's like walls, mountains. They've got mountains around them, you know, these walls of protection. So people can't really get in, especially, this was an accident too right now. You guys saw that, and look at this. This is right here. The divine masculine is rising above the blocks, the mountains, the indifference, the cold energy, the distance. I'm being reborn anew. I've got my wings. I'm rising from the ashes. I've burned it all down. It's in the past. I've transmuted it. There you go. A catalytic heart awakening. Rising up from the ashes. A total transformation. A makeover. A total transformation. And a complete renewal. There you go. I love you so much, you guys. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you so much for tuning in with this. And I'll see you soon. Bye.